Hey guys, this week we're talking about a couple different skills that you can be doing at home. The first one we want to talk about is serving, especially in this week's theme of controlling what you can control. We think serving is the most controllable skill in the game, specifically because you are holding the volleyball before the play initiates. This is different than any other skill, so we want to value that and all the control that comes with it. Of course, we're in a weird time where practice might be tough, but serving is one of those things that you can always work on your own in a lot of different environments. So today we're going to talk about a few different keys for serving that we like to use, and with that we'll give you some ideas of how you can be practicing this at home in the most efficient way. A couple of things that I want to highlight. Number one, when it comes to serving and practicing serving, the environment's really important, our mindset's important. How we practice the skill will translate to how we execute it in a match. So a few things that you can always do that have nothing to do with being in a gym. One, every time you're going to serve, you should execute your pre-serve routine. For some of you guys, that means a little bit of bouncing, it means a little bit of slapping, maybe some spinning, whatever's comfortable for you. You should know what it is by now. If you don't have one, what better time to develop one? But definitely every time you're going to serve, you want to be doing that. The second thing that we want to make sure we're always doing is setting some goals for ourselves. That's also just like serving in a game. We have ideas about how many serves we want to be making, a percentage. Those are things that we can do at home as well. We can do those things in our driveway. We can say, hey, I'm going to serve 10 balls today. I want to make 8 out of those 10, and then I can do it again. With that, if that's a little bit too simple for you and you want to measure more, start paying attention to the float on your serve. If you're working on a float serve, keep track of that. Write it on a whiteboard, get a pad out, start keeping track of what these serves look like. Can we make them better every day, every week? The other thing that's big, and we'll kind of show it here today, is, foot faulting is the worst thing ever in serving, and we can practice that as well. Let's assume we've got about 6 to 8 feet of space from where we start if we're jump serving to the end line. And so we can set that up in our driveway, in our backyard. We just need some sort of indicator. We'll use some cones today to show you what that looks like. Okay, so lucky for you guys, we've got a great server to help us out. We got Coach Kat, who's going to serve some balls as we talk about a couple of keys. The first thing we're going to do is set up these cones, and we're going to make a little line for her to make sure she knows, just as a reference point, where she's serving from. Okay, so let's talk keys. The first one that we're going to focus on today is getting our setup right, and we like to use the phrase line it up. So as a standing flow server, Kat's going to have this great setup. This is a super valuable piece of serving that we maybe take for granted sometimes. We're going to look at her feet first. We're going to go feet up. So we're going to say left foot is forward because she's a right-handed hitter, and we're going to have her right foot back. Left foot is pointing at her target. Right foot is going to be on a 45-degree angle facing the sideline. This is opening her hips up, it's opening her shoulders up. It's going to give her the ability to hit this ball with some torque. Okay. One thing that we'll see later in the serve, that right foot has to end behind the left foot just like it's starting, but we will generate some torque through that. Okay. The second thing for serving here is going to be lift, step, hit. That's our second key, lift, step, hit. This is our entire sequence, the whole process of this serve. Okay, so what we're going to see is Kat is going to, because we want to make sure she's controlling that ball and putting it right where she wants to, in line with her hitting shoulder, just as high as she can hit it. Okay, so yeah, nice toss, good catch. Okay, the two last things here. Okay, we're going to lift in our line. We talked about getting that in front of the right shoulder. We also want to keep it in front of us, and so that way we can go reach for it and hit it out in front of us when we go swing. And of course the last one is heel to hand contact, and we're thinking about this hard part of our hand hitting the ball, and that's going to create good flow. So we'll watch Kat serve a couple of these balls. Good, gotta get the routine. I was checking to see. There it is. And by the way, we are not serving against anything. We are serving out into the open. This is just like a real situation where we don't usually serve against walls in games. So if you only have one volleyball, really cool thing you can do is just serve and chase, and you get your conditioning in as well. And so you can chase that ball down and bring it back and go serve again. We happen to have a few. Okay, good. Hold that one. One thing that we want to think about right now is, because we're in this kind of different environment, it's getting ourselves centered. Can we create a situation in our head? So one thing you guys can try at home, add at the very end of your serving practice, add a clutch serve. And what a clutch serve is you're going to create a scenario in your head where the score is tight, there's a lot riding on this situation, and this is going to be your very last serve of the day. And no matter what happens, you're either going to make it or you're going to miss it. Okay, and that's how real volleyball works too. So I want to see you guys have that moment, think about what it is, what's the score, we're down, it's 26-25, we're in the last set, it's the gold medal match, and we've got to nail this serve. What's that going to feel like? Let's see. Ace, nice job. All right, guys, that's all I got for you on serving today. Biggest thing is create that environment that's what you want to feel in a match. If you can find that here, that's going to transfer over. Next week, we'll have some more skills, and good luck.